So today I'm going to start working on my gingerbread junk journal that I've been saying I'm going to make, and I'm really excited to start. So let's get started. So I got this old book from Goodwill, and I might not be the best at showing this in a video like other people, but the first thing I do is take apart this book. So you see this gap when you fold these together, and it shows all the pages, and then there's this gap. Then there's this paper right along here and seam of it being sewn in all the way down. So it's best to have a good kind of knife for it. This knife I'm just borrowing from my husband because I have it, but I need to get one of those like box cutter things to use. And then you want to be careful not to stab the spine. So then I just start and just all the way down. See, until you get cut clear through like that. And then I hold it this way because then when I cut it, it's not going to cut the spine. And this is a really sharp knife. My dad actually made this knife for my husband. So I need to get a box cutter knife, but I don't have that right now. So see, now it's clean off. And then you have these pages to reuse any way you want. And then see, there you go. Now you can use it any way that you want. So now I've got to decide which fabric I want to use. I showed this fabric in a haul. Got it from Walmart. It's Pioneer Woman. I think I want to use this one because it says Happy Baking. It's got the barn and house and dog and track like everything. But then there's also this one. That's good too. So I don't know, they're both good in their own way. Which one? I'm going to use one on the inside and one on the outside. So I got to decide which one I want. I think I'm going to do this one on the outside because I like it better. And I have two of these ones, but I kind of like doing different fabric on the inside and outside than the same as each other. But I've done them on the same as well. Like on my grandma's journal, I did them the same. Okay. So now, and I gotta decide too because I don't want to use, I want to use as little of the fabric as possible. So I've got to decide where some of this, and I like to tuck some of it under. Okay. So I think I've got it like this. Okay. But I don't like to tuck way too much, so just deciding where to cut it. So I think I'm gonna have it placed like this, and you can cut it much more professional like than me, but just gonna kind of go like this to give enough wrap room, but because then it gets a much tighter finish with the fabric. So okay, and now I gotta flip it without moving it too much. You can always readjust it, I guess. And by leaving as much fabric as possible, you can continue using it in the junk journal. And these are fabric scissors, they're Fiskars. So now I'm going to take that extra away. And that should be good. So now I'm going to start gluing it down, and I'm going to use this Beacon Fabri-Tac glue. I love this glue. It's great for so many things. Okay. So when I do it, I start on one and then another, because otherwise it dries too fast. And then it, ends up taking more glue in the long run. And then I get lots in this crevice. Lots of glue. I like a lot of glue, but then this is where I get kind of a little bit sticky. Is I like to smooth it out somewhat so it's not so globby, because otherwise it then shows through on the fabric and it just doesn't look nice, Okay, now we're gonna try to place this. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Straighten it out. And then anything you didn't get glued down before it dried is fine, because you can always go back and put glue down, smooth it out, and put more fabric on it. And I thought about doing this one because the book underneath is a dark book, and I thought it would go well. See, there's a little too much glue right there that didn't get smoothed out. See, it's shining through a little bit, but as it dries, it won't be a problem. Then I just really take my time smoothing it out, pressing it on, getting any wrinkles out, getting it really in that crease. And then see, now it's glued on. And then once it's glued on, like you get it placed and glued on the one, then when you add the glue in the other spots, it's just easier, I think. So then I get the spine done next. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna smooth the glue, because if it's too globby, it shines through and even goes through the fabric, and it's like a sticky, ugly mess. So I don't like that. So I just smooth it out with my finger, and yeah, I get sticky. Ooh, it's actually coming off blue on my finger. That's crazy weird, but that's okay. But as it dries, it just peels right off. So and I even wash my hands with water. It washes all right off, so it's not a big deal. Make sure you get the spine all smooth. Go back, keep smoothing this a little bit, but all right. So now that's glued down. Now I gotta get this one. That's why I like working in stages. It gets a lot glued down better, smoother. It just works better. You don't have to worry about it drying too fast before you can get all the glue down and all, you know, smooth out and get the fabric on there. So I've done that before, and then I've had to go back and re-glue a lot of areas, and I end up using way more glue. It doesn't have to be perfect smooth. I just don't like huge globs when it comes to fabric anyway. Paper, it can handle it a little bit better, I think, than the fabric, especially thin fabric. So and I could have ironed this before gluing it. Maybe you want to do that if you don't like the wrinkles. I don't like wrinkles, but at the same time, I think it makes things look a little more rustic and old and used and, you know, not so perfect. And I don't like things too perfect, so I'm okay with some of the wrinkles. Just really get everything smoothed out the best you can. Glue down in the crease. Alright, so now it's glued. And that's the other thing I love about that glue is it glues down fast. You don't have to worry about cutting perfect because you're going to line the inside of this with either paper I've done before or more fabric, which I'm going to use more fabric. So now I'm going to glue the inside. I'm not going to do the other fabric on the inside yet. I got to glue this all down first. I've never had a book yet bleed this much color. It's crazy to me. And then I like one like this, like that, because then it really gets it tight, like flush. See, look at that. And the inside matters even less if you get this part perfect, because you're going to put this fabric over it. So this is just, I do a little bit like this because it just makes it, the outside, that much more secure and flush. See, look at that. It goes all the way around, just looks better. So that's why I do it like that. Yeah, I think I forgot to do this part. I might do that after. See, I'm not the best at this, but that's okay. Just cut as you need. I know there's a certain way to cut it that, you know, then it glues, the fabric glues down just perfectly and the corners, but I don't know. I'm not perfect at that at all, so. Right. Okay. And then just like this. Back. Shut down. And flip back and really push it. And I like to really press wherever this glue is, whatever I'm gluing down, whether it's fabric or paper, because then it really seems to adhere really, really well for me anyway. So see, look at that. All the way, and it wraps all the way around. So then it makes it look like it was, you know, made like that. Like originally, you know. Oh, I gotta go send that paper down. can either glue that paper down or cut it off or whatever. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just going to probably glue it down because it's easier. And I'm going to cover everything. As long as it's flat and not sticking up under the fabric, it doesn't matter. So, okay. And then I got to cut this real fast. See, because I put glue under that paper, even as I'm pushing the fabric down, it's gluing that paper down, so it's going to be flat down. Same with this side. So it won't be like poking up under the fabric, making it look crazy, you know? See, like, I can never get the inside corners done perfectly. As long as I get them good enough that on the outside it looks good, I don't care. But I would like to... I should probably do that, learn how to do that and remember how to do that. So when I put the other fabric over it, it like lays perfectly flat down, but yeah. It is what it is. This is just how I've been doing it and it's been working, so. If you keep hearing meowing in the background, it's my cat. She's upset that she can't get to me because I made sure she can't while I'm crafting, because she likes to climb all up on top of what I'm doing, and when there's glue and stuff, I'm like, no, you know, so. All right. Ta-da. And I will glue that like fabric down that's like sticking up when I glue the other fabric on it. See, look, there's the outside. See how fast that was? Looks good. So now I've got to cut fabric for the inside. And I like this kind of rougher edge. I don't know why, but I think it's so cute. I love it. So I'm going to leave that there. And this I'm just folding so I can see. Okay. I'm going to reline this up. And then make my cut. Okay. And then start cutting, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Here's this other cut. So I cut a little far, but that's okay. Well, not too far, but that's okay. Alright. And if you're more particular, you can measure. So, and that might work better, honestly, because I've made plenty of mistakes by not measuring. So, and even right now, like, I think I'll glue this side down because this side I really like that. And I'll just work it in the same way as the other. And then anything that is a little too long, I'll just trim up. And again, I'm going to do this just so the inside doesn't, the fabric doesn't look, you know, crazy. Some of that dry glue is getting off me, but I find it doesn't really matter. Okay, so I'm going to line this up where I want it. And then by pulling it and smoothing it out at the same time, it helps just get rid of all those wrinkles. So, mostly. Not perfectly, but it doesn't really matter in the long run when the junk journal is done, if everything's perfect. So, that's what I love about junk journaling. It doesn't have to be perfect. But if it really does have to be for you, then by all means, can fix it. This corner's not behaving. So I glued it down a little bit more so it's flatter. And I push kind of firmly to really flatten that out, and then it works. Like for me, it works. Look at that, flattened right out. And do it at this corner too. So I put a little bit in this little whole part and then flatten it down. Sometimes it takes a minute. Me playing with something until I get it. You see, now that's flat, so now I just gotta glue this piece over it really well. That, and ta-da, look at that. So even me not doing things perfectly, they still turn out. See, look at that, super cute. And then I kind of pull a little bit just to see, make sure everything is glued down. And again, I will trim things up. So at this point, I just check it. As long as it's like on the inside, so where you can't really see it out on the outside, it's good enough. So there's like a little bit up here that you can see from the outside. So I just trim that just a little bit. See? No, you can't see it. And I always line it with lace, so that's why it doesn't matter to me if it's completely perfect, like, because it never is going to be completely perfect. So then by putting some lace, it always fixes it, so it doesn't matter. So just trimming, gluing, and then putting lace all around hides all the imperfections. So it's one reason why I love doing lace or ribbon or stuff. It just hides all the imperfections, like, completely. So, and I love that. Because then I don't have to stress about it being perfect at all. And yeah, I put lots of glue in there. Okay. And, ooh, that one, well, that's okay. Because this is where you're going to sew the pages, so it hides that a lot, like all that imperfections. So the part on the inside you want to get perfect is outside as much as possible, and then these parts, but the edges you can just, like I said, glue, ribbon, or lace, whatever. I like to really push it in there. Both inside and outside, because then it not only moves better with the book, but it just looks better. See, look at that. Boom. Okay. So now I'm going to do a last minute checking, cutting before gluing. So I'm going to have to cut this one a little bit more because it's a little bit long. Especially after matching everything else up by gluing it down. It just made it a little too long. But I still want it long enough to kind of cover most of that. But like I said, lace is gonna cover that baby up, so it does not have to be perfect. Okay. This is one thing I love about junk journals is when I do it this way and I like cover it all on fabric. I just love how fast and easy the outside and even the inside like end up coming together. Like, I love that. And I still can't get all the wrinkles out, but that's okay. I need to cut a little bit more, so that's why I'm bringing this to me. And that's why it might go better if you measure. But I don't know. I don't like measuring. Is it laziness? Probably. See that ended up wrinkled, but honestly, I don't care. By the way I do everything, it always, like, it'll hide most of it, and even if it doesn't, it gives it character. So this is the first time I've had it this wrinkled, though. My other journals I covered fabric, that didn't happen. So, you know, it's always a first. Of course, when I'm on camera, that's when it's gonna happen. So it's okay. And I'm not like a super professional, so don't ask me for how to fix that. I don't know. Maybe there's a way. I don't know. For me, it might be as simple as, you know, just grabbing it, lifting it up off the glue a little bit, stretching it. That didn't really do much either, so. I think I'm just going to try to reglue that just a little bit. Just add some glue, smooth it out. Just keep playing with things until it's done how you're happy, but. If I was selling this journal, I'd be a lot more picky. But sounds like my cats are fighting. Might have to break them up. Okay. Alright, so that's that. Side, outside. I'm going to get some lace, and then I'll be back.